Hey everybody, it's another game in the Atlanta Braves 1987 History Maker Baseball replay. We're now up to game 128. This game will be played at Busch Stadium in St. Louis. Braves coming off a one-game losing streak have rolled and are dissonant in this game. And one of the hits they took by being dissonant was that the first baseman Gerald Perry is now utility until further notice. So that's a thing that the Braves want to try to get off of as quick as they can. The Cardinals actually are going to be harmonious in this game, but they have no individual perk to go with it. There you see the two starting pitchers for today's game, Joe Magrane and Charlie Palaio. So I'll clear them out of the way, and we'll get ready to go here as Albert Hall will be leading things off for the Braves. And I'm going to, just for the interest of time, I'm going to roll the dice and just read off the book. I'll show the player cards if they're, if it's needed. But I'm just going to try to put the book in here all the time is a little bit cumbersome sometimes. And it makes the camera go in and out. So just for expediency's sake, I'm just going to read the results and see what happens. So Albert Hall is going to lead things off. And we get a 1-1-2, which asks, does the pitcher have flash? Joe Magrane has semi-flash. Semi-flash, but the decider die says no, so it does not have flash. Is the batter a sad sack? Albert Hall is not a sad sack, so we're going to go to check with score. And to check with score, we roll one die. It's a 4, so on that it's an error charged to Ozzie Smith of all people. So Ozzie Smith boots the first play of the game. Hello, Mark Russell. So Ozzie Smith on the check with score result. The 4 was an error charged to the shortstop, so a little bit strange there that Ozzie Smith made the error, but that's the way it goes. And the next batter up will be Ken Oberkfell. That's a 3-4-6. Blank for the pitcher. Is the batter eager? No, he's got a semi-good eye. So he will walk, and that will put runners at first and second with nobody out. Takes us to the chemistry chart, where again the Braves are dissonant and the Cardinals are harmonious. We get a 2-4. Batting team harmony. No, they're not harmonious, so it's a fly out to left. And Perry is out of there for out number 1. Brings up the Murph, Dale Murphy. Murphy, a 2-2-4. That's the pitching at home, which Magrane certainly is. We're at Busch Stadium, so it's a pop out to short. So Joe Magrane gets that pitching at home perk. For out number 2, here's Gary Renicky. Gary Renicky, 2-2-3. 2-2-3, is Magrane wild? No. Is Renicky a utility or slugger? He is a utility, so he will line out to short, and that's going to end the inning. So the Braves are gone in the top of the first, no score. If you're wondering why I'm throwing in this box right here, I don't have a printout of Busch Stadium off the Al Wilson site. That's one of the stadiums I forgot to print or never got around to printing, so just to give me a lot of room here to roll dice, I figured it's easier to do it that way. I do have, another box right here beside me with the lineups and the other sheet or other board as usual. And, of course, I have the game book with me as well. All right. And the umpires, if you want to go with those real quick. Eric Gregg's the home plate umpire. Jerry Davis is at first. Steve Ripley's at second. And Dick Stello is at third. See if they get called in or not. All right, so on the mound for the Braves is going to be Charlie Palaio, sometimes starter, sometimes reliever. See his qualities there. He'll be facing Vince Coleman. And it's a 1-2-4, which asks about control. And Charlie Palaio has semi-control, but the decider die is not going to be in his favor. Then it asks, is Coleman eager? No, he's not. So he's going to walk. And an active runner steals. Coleman's actually double active, so he's going to walk and steal second and third. So that's the perk of being double active. So he's going to steal second and he's going to steal third. So the walk puts Coleman at third right away with nobody out for Ozzie Smith trying to make up for that error. It's a 3-3-4. Is he an ace or a star? And the Palaio is neither of those. Is the batter Smith a sad sack? No, he's not. It's a single to left field for Ozzie Smith, and the Cardinals grab a 1-0 lead right off the bat. Cardinals take the lead 1-0. Here's Terry Pendleton. Terry Pendleton, the batter. It's a 2-3-4, which is runners on base. Yes, there are. So we have plate drama. Ozzie Virgil is neutral. And we get a 3-5 on plate drama. Ask catcher goal. No, he's not. If he was, it'd just be a regular ball, but instead it's a pass ball. So it's a pass ball on Virgil. And that will move Ozzie Smith to second base. And that result was in purple, so we're going right back to the chemistry chart, which Cardinals are harmonious, Atlanta is dissonant. It's a 3-4, 3-4, batting team harmony. Yes, they are. Batter waits for his pitch, smacks a single to the outfield, so it's a base hit for Pendleton. Lead die of 3 means a runner on second will score, so Ozzie Smith comes in to score. Cardinals lead it 2-0, and there's still nobody out for Jack Clark, the dangerous Jack Clark. It's a 1-3-5. That's the unusual play. And with the black 1, that is going to be the ballpark, Busch Stadium. It plays semi-big to both righties and lefties. So now it will be a big ballpark with that 3-4. So we'll go to our ballpark chart, and I will show that since it's one of these rare events. 3-4 on the ballpark. 3-4, if I can get it on camera correctly. Come on, get there for me. There we go, 3-4, big ballpark. Ball drops into gap for a single. So as you can see, it's a big ballpark, so it's going to be a base hit for Jack Clark. And a lead die of 3 means Pendleton goes 2 bases. So we got runners on the corners. Still nobody out. Palaio is now going to be a full-fledged struggler until he can get it out here. And Willie McGee, the batter. 3-5-5. Is he a struggler? Yes, he is. How about that? Palaio turns into struggler, and the first result I roll is asking about a struggler pitcher. So it's a double. Willie McGee doubles. And with a lead die of 3, that's a 2-base advancement. Let's see here, 2 bases. Yep, okay, it's 2-base advancement, so Clark will stop at third. Pendleton does score. It's 3-0 Cardinals. Still nobody out. And that'll bring up Lance Johnson, right fielder. Palaio looking to get an out here if he can. 2-6-6. He'll finally get an out, I do believe. Actually, the runner on first is thrown out, but there is no runner on first because McGee doubled. So that's not going to be the case. He's not the leadoff batter. It is a fly ball to right field for Lance Johnson. So 1 out, and that takes the struggler quality away from Palaio. That'll bring up 3-4-5 for Jose Oquendo. Is the iron catcher? No. Is he a good eye? No. It's a strikeout. So now in an ironic set of circumstances, Palaio now has gone from a struggler. Now he's semi-hot because we're going to the right now chart after that strikeout. He is semi-hot, and Tony Pena is neutral. So now they're both neutral. 3-4. Cold batter. No, he's not a cold batter, so he's going to fly to right instead of popping it up. But that's the 3rd out of the inning, and the Cardinals finally are retired. They only get 3 runs. Say only, but it could have been a lot worse. But after 1 inning of play, it's 3-0 St. Louis. And Ozzie Virgil steps to the plate to lead off the top of the 2nd. And that's a 1-2-6, which is a freshness check. We're in the 2nd inning, so McGrain certainly is fresh. That's a line out to 2nd for out number 1. Bring up Jeff Blauser. He's the designated hot batter in the game. 3-4-4. Prospect pitcher. McGrain is a prospect pitcher. You can see right here, McGrain is in fact a prospect pitcher. So we got a fence check because 3-4-4 sends us to the fence check when there's a prospect pitcher. So we go to the micro chart fence. Blauser is a semi-scrapper, so we'll roll the decider die to see if he is a scrapper. And he's not, he's neutral, so he's normal. So other, he falls in the other category on the fence check. So other category of 1 is going to be a double. If he was a scrapper, it would have been a single, but instead it's a double for Blauser. So a 1-out double. And he continues his hot hitting. Here's Glenn Hubbard. Glenn Mother Hubbard, 3-4-6 for Hubbard. And that asks, is he eager? Hubbard is not eager, so he's going to walk. And that puts 2 on with only 1 out. We would go to the chemistry chart, but there's going to be a sacrifice bunt by Palaio, and that's going to override that. So anything other than a 6, he's going to be all right. Yep, 5 will do it. That is a sacrifice hit for Palaio. I'm just going to call it 2-3. And that will move runners into scoring position with 2 outs for Albert Hall. And we get a 2-3-4, runners on base. Yes, there are, plate drama. And Tony Pena is a neutral catcher. So we'll see what he can do. It is a 3-3. 3-3 on the in-plate drama chart. Control pitcher. So it's not asking about the catcher, it's asking about control pitcher. McGrain is semi-control, so we've got to roll the decider die. And he is a control pitcher this time, so McGrain will get that check. It says perfect placement, catcher gloves it for a strike. And that's an orange, so that means we're going to the umpire chart. So umpire chart with runners at second and third. And we'll see what the umpires have to say. It's a 1-6 with runners at second and third. It asks, is there a strict umpire at home? The home plate umpire is Eric Gregg. He is respected but not strict. So if he was strict, fly out runner on third tags out after collision with catcher. Other umpires rule runner safe at home. Well, the fact that there are 2 outs already, that makes that point a moot point. So if I had the little fast action cards with me today, I could do a flip to see who the outfielder was. But in this case, I'm just going to say, since Hall was a switch hitter batting right, that's going to be the left fielder that makes that catch, Vince Coleman, and that's going to be the third out of the inning. So the Braves are done in the top of the second. We go to the bottom of the second, still 2-0 Cardinals. And Joe McGrain, the pitcher, is going to lead things off. And it's a 1-2-4. And for Charlie Palaio, a 1-2-4 asks about his control. And again, Palaio is semi-control, but the sire die says not this time. Is the batter eager? Well, McGrain is semi-eager, so we're going to do another roll on the decider die to see if he's going to be eager. And he is, so that means it's a pop out to first rather than a walk. So McGrain a little too eager. We'll pop it up to Perry for 1 out. Here's Vince Coleman. Good idea to keep him off the bases, but this won't do it. Triple twos. Triple twos, he's not a sad sack, so it's a double to center field. Double to center field for Vince Coleman. And that results in purple, so we go to the chemistry chart. The dissonant Braves against the harmonious Cardinals. 2-3. Pitching team harmony. No, they're not harmonious, so it will be a walk. Would have been a strikeout otherwise. But it's a walk to Ozzie Smith. Brings up Terry Pendleton, runners at first and second with 1 out. And we get a 4-4-6. Is he a star? No, Palaio is a workman, not a star. Is a batter sad sack, utility, or patient? Pendleton's none of that, so that will be a single to right field. And that will score Coleman from second. Cardinals take a 4-0 lead. And Ozzie Smith on that lead die of 4 will go to third base. And that results in red, which means we're going to the experience chart with Jack Clark, who is an icon, and Charlie Palaio, who is a semi-icon. So icon against semi-icon, and they're both icons. 1-4. Prospect batter. No, he's not a prospect batter, so instead of popping out, he will bloop a single. And that's going to drive in Ozzie Smith with another run. It's now 5-0. And Pendleton will stop at second. So that's 4 consecutive runners. So now Palaio is a struggler again. But you don't want to burn your bullpen. So Chuck Tanner's leaving him out there to take the brunt of this, see if he can get out of it. Here's Willie McGee. That's a 3-5-6. That's a left-right check, and Willie McGee is a switch hitter. So he's going to get that base hit. And that'll be another single. And that will score Pendleton. It's now 6-0. And now the Braves bullpen is finally up and loosening. There might even be a Paul Ossenmacher sighting if you're not careful. All right, runners at the corners. Still only 1 out for Lance Johnson. That's a 1-3-5. That's a balks and bogeys. When you get a red 1 and a black 5, that is balks and bogeys. So we go to the balks and bogeys chart and see what happens here. Is a 3-6 on balks and bogeys. 3-6, 1 hopper. I'll show it on the camera since it's a balks and bogeys result. 1 hopper through shortstop. Wild throw and attempt to get lead runner batter safe at second on 2-base error by Jeff Blauser. So it's falling apart for the Braves big time here. It's a 2-base error, E6 on Blauser. That is going to bring home Jack Clark from third, obviously, with a run. It's now 7-0. He will get an RBI because you can't assume the double play or any outs for that matter. So there will be an RBI given to Johnson, and then McGee will go to third. So runners are at second and third for Jose Oquendo, and the infield is going to have to come in. They can't afford to give up any more runs. It's a 1-2-4, and this time it's a control check, and this time Pelayo has the control. So it'll be a ground out back to shortstop, and Blauser will make this play. And there's two away. Runners had to hold at second and third. Here is Tony Pena. Pena, 4.55. Does the pitcher have flash? Pelayo does have the flash quality, so it will be a strikeout, and the inning is over. But the Cardinals pick up 4 runs, and after 2 innings, they get a touchdown. It's 7-0 Cardinals. I was hoping for a closer game. Hello, Espo. I was hoping for a closer game, but Charlie Pelayo and the Braves had other ideas. Here's Ken Oberkfell. 3-4-6. Is he eager? No, he's not, so he's going to walk. And that results in purple. So we will go to the chemistry chart with the dissonant Braves and the harmonious Cardinals. It's a 3-6. 3-6 batting team harmony. No, they're not harmonious, so it's going to be a pop out to left for Perry. One away for the Dale Murphy. That's a 2-2-6. That's the hit by pitch, but the decider die is a blank, so he will not be hit by the pitch. The second result asks, is he the cleanup batter? Yes, he is. Dale Murphy is the cleanup batter. So as a cleanup batter, he just hit a home run opposite field to right field. That's home run for Murphy. So Murphy gets a 2-run homer, and the Braves are finally on the board. They trail it now 7-2. As Murphy tries to get him back in the game. Here's Gary Renicky. Renicky, 4.45. Is he a workman? No, he's not a workman. Is Gary Renicky patient? He is semi-patient. Gary Renicky, semi-patient. Desired Eye says he's patient, so it's a walk. And that goes back to Tabletop Earl's belief that the most common result after a home run is a walk. You just saw it again right there. All right, here is Ozzie Virgil. Ozzie like a Virgil. 2-3-5, that is asking, is the pitcher wild? McGrain is not. He's got semi-control. Is the batter eager? No, Virgil is not eager. So he's going to ground to second, and on a lead die of 2, that's a fielder's choice. So Virgil will reach, and Renicky is out at second, 4-6. For the second out of the inning, brings up Blauser, the red-hot Jeff Blauser. So 1-5-6, is he a whiffer? He's a semi-whiffer. Decided I says he's a whiffer, so Jeff Blauser just swung at air and hit nothing and liked it. But the Braves pick up 2 runs on the Murphy home run. And we go to the bottom of the third. New pitcher in for the, actually Pelayo's set to bat second next inning, so they're going to give him one more college try to see if he can do it, especially since Joe McGrain's leading off the inning. 2-6-6, he is the leadoff batter. Would you believe it? Joe McGrain as the pitcher gets a base hit because he's the leadoff batter. I kid you not, 2-6-6. The result is leadoff batter gets a single to center. So there you go. When it rains, it pours for the Braves. Can't even get the pitcher out. Here's Vince Coleman. 1-1-3. Is he an ace? No. Is he a slugger? No. It's still going to be a single to center field for Coleman. So that'll put runners at first and second with nobody out, and Ozzie Smith, the batter. 4-5-6, and that's asking, is he patient? Ozzie Smith is semi-patient. Desired Eye says he's patient. That'll walk the bases loaded. And the Braves may or may not be able to continue with Pelayo, but Tanner's going to do it anyway because they can't burn their bullpen. Here's Pendleton, bases loaded, nobody out. Infield at double play depth. 2-2-3. Is he wild? No, he's not wild. Is the batter slugger or utility? Pendleton is not. It's a single to left field for Pendleton, and that will drive home another run. Cardinals now lead at 8-2. And the bases are still loaded for Jack Clark, of all people. And now they're going to finally pull the trigger. They can't take the punishment anymore of seeing Charlie Palaio in the game. So with Jack Clark coming up, we're going to the bullpen. So who draws the short straw to have to face Jack Clark? Well, we're going to have Jeff Dedman. So Jeff Dedman, don't wear plaid. Jeff Dedman is going to be in. He has no qualities as a pitcher. He's completely blank, which sometimes is good, actually. And he's going to face Jack Clark. He will be an ace his first at bat against Clark. That's a 2-4-4. 2-4-4. Ask if he's an ace. Yes, he is. It's a fly ball to center field. So he was an ace on that first at bat, but he's not anymore. But that was enough to get Jack Clark out. So now there's, let's see, an active runner. It might have been a sac fly. Hold on here. Active runner scores on sac fly. Vince Coleman certainly is active, so that will be a sac fly, actually. Not just a standard fly to center. It will be a sacrifice fly. So that run's charged to Palaio. And Coleman comes in. It's now 9-2. As the Cardinals have made up those 2 runs they just gave up. Here's me and Willie McGee, and that's a 5-6-6. Is he wild? No. Good eye? No. It's a strikeout. So Willie McGee out on strikes. And we're going to the right now chart, since that was in blue. And Jeff Dedman is semi-hot, and Johnson is neutral. So he is a hot pitcher. 2-2. 2-2 asks if he's a cold pitcher. No, he's not. So it's going to be a line out to third, and that's going to end the inning. So Dedman actually did a wonderful job in his 1 inning of work. Bases loaded, nobody out, and he only gives up 1 run. I'd say that's pretty good. But all 9 runs charged to Palaio. So in 2 innings of pitching, 2+ innings, Palaio gave up 9 runs, and I believe they're all earned. So his ERA will definitely take a hit. We start the top of the 4th, and there will be a pinch hitter for Dedman. Or actually, you know what? Dedman may go ahead and hit and get some innings in, because you really don't want to burn the bullpen all in one game. So here's Hubbard. Maybe he'll get on, and then you can bunt him over or something. All right, 2-6-6. That's the same result that McGrain had. He's a leadoff batter. So Hubbard will get a base hit. And now Dedman will at least make some use of his at bat by bunting. And it's a 1, so he would get a base hit. He would beat that out, but he's not active. So, and when the pitcher bunts like that, I don't give him the base hit. I just don't do it. I do it when somebody else does it for a hit, but not when the pitcher's doing it. Just not realistic. You're not going to see a pitcher beat out a bunt. All right, here's Albert Hall. 3-3-4, ace or star. McGrain is a semi-star. Joe McGrain's a semi-star, but the sire die is not with him this time. 3-4-4. Is he a sad sack? Hall is not a sad sack, so he's going to single to left field. Albert Hall singles to left. Lead die of 3 means that the base runner goes 2 bases, which means Hubbard scores. So the sacrifice bunt came into play. And the Braves get back on the board. They now trail at 9-3. They need 2 more field goals to catch up. Here's Ken Oberkfell. 2-4-5 for Oberkfell. 2-4-5. Is he a hero? Ken Oberkfell is a semi-hero. If I can get the focus right. He's a semi-hero. The sire die says he's a hero. So that's a single to left field. Runners at first and second, with only 1 out. And that brings up the first baseman, Perry. 1-3-6. Is he an ace? No. Is the batter whiffer or cold? Perry is the designated cold batter, so he will strike out. That's out number 2. That'll bring up Murphy. He hit the 2-run homer last time. If he hits a home run here, they might get it right back in the game. But you can't expect that all the time. And in fact, it's a 3-5-6. That's a left-right check. McGrain's a lefty. Murphy's a righty. That's a base hit. So Murphy getting his hot hitting on, and that's a base hit that will score Albert Hall. Cuts the lead to 9-4. Oberkfell moves to third. And now McGrain getting knocked around a bit. Here's Gary Renicky. That's a 1-1-3. Is he an ace? No. Is Renicky a slugger? Renicky is not a slugger. He's going to single to center unless he's a home run king. He's a semi-home run king. Desire Die says he's a home run king, so that means he strikes out. And the inning's over. But the Braves put up 2 more runs here in the 4th. And it's a 9-4 ball game. And here's Jose Oquendo. So McGrain trying to last the 5 innings to get a win. Here's a kendo, 1-3-4, gold catcher no, champion no. So we got outfield drama. That's our first drama check of the game. And in the outfield, Albert Hall is iron. Everybody else is neutral. Albert Hall being the center fielder. 4-6. Shortstop gold. No, he's not gold, so it's an error on Blauser. That's his second error of the game. Second one on Blauser. E6, one base error. And that results in red, so we go to the experience chart for the next at bat. Dedman is neutral, and Pena is an icon. So that's a 2-2. 2-2 prospect pitcher. No, he's not a prospect pitcher, so he's going to pop it up to the pitcher for out number 1. If he was a prospect pitcher, it would have been a Finch check. All right, that'll bring up McGrain, and with the lead, they're going to go and let him swing away. No sense bunting. 2-6-6, he's not the leadoff hitter, but the runner on first will get picked off because it says here, 2-6-6, runner on first thrown out. So Okendo got caught napping, so he's going to be picked off 1-3 for out number 2. And McGrain's back in the box. 2 outs, base empty. 1-3-6, is he an ace? No. Is he whiffer or cold? McGrain is a whiffer, so it's a strikeout. And Dedman has brought some order to the Braves rotation or pitching staff right now. And now that will bring up the top of the 5th and Ozzie Virgil. And McGrain has to get through this inning to qualify for the win. 155 for Ozzie Virgil. 155 on the chart asks if he's a home run king. Ozzie Virgil just happens to be a home run king. So Ozzie has gone deep, and that cuts the lead to Dolly Parton 9-5. And the Braves are actually right back in the ball game. Surprisingly enough, McGrain may not be around much longer. Here's Blauser, 2-4-6, and that asks on a 2-4-6 about control. McGrain does have semi-control. Decided gives him control, and that means it's a ground out back to McGrain for out number 1. Out number 1, and that'll bring up Glenn Hubbard. Mother Hubbard, 3-3-5. Is he wild? No. Is he a sad sack? No. It's a single to right field for Hubbard, and that will put a base runner on. He would steal, but he is stoic, so he will not steal. And now we'll get a pinch hitter for Dedman. With all this going on, the Braves are going to go to their bench and bring in Ted Simmons. So Ted Simmons is on to pinch hit. See if he can keep things going for the Braves, and we'll get a Gene Garber to come in for Atlanta to pitch in relief. Here's Simmons, 2-4-5 for Simmons. Is he a hero? No, he's not. He's going to pop to second, and that's out number 2. That results in red, so we go to the experience chart. Albert Hall is a semi-icon. McGrain is a prospect. So now Hall is an icon on the right now chart, and it's a 1-2. 1-2, icon batter, draws on experience, launches highlight reel, blast to left, fence. So he's a semi-scrapper on the fence check. He will be a scrapper, so it's a 3, which still means it's a double. And on a lead die of 3 on a double, I do believe the runner might score. Let's see here. Runner advances 2 bases running, hit, single, or double. Let's see here. Hubbard. Nope. It says he's not going to be able to score, so stop at third. So runners are at second and third. Second and third with 2 outs for Ken Oberkfell. 2-3-5. Ask is he wild, and he is not. It asks is Oberkfell eager? No, he's not. So he's going to ground out to second unless, well, he's not even patient. It's just simply a ground out to second, and that's going to end the inning. So the Braves get 1 run back on the Virgil homer. And we go to the bottom of the 5th, score 9-5. And we will have Gene Garber coming in to pitch for Atlanta. Gene Garber will be an ace on this first at-bat. And he'll be facing the top of the order and Vince Coleman. 1-3-4, gold catcher no, champion no, outfield drama. So outfield drama. 1-2 on the outfield drama. And 1-2 on outfield drama says right fielder iron. Nope. Murphy's not iron, so it's simply going to be a fly to right. One away. Good thing to keep Coleman off the bases. Here's Ozzie Smith. 4-5-5 for the Oz, Wizard of Oz. Does the pitcher have flash? Garber, Gene Garber has semi-flash. Desired Eye says he has flash. So that is a strikeout of Ozzie Smith. Unless he has a good eye. Ozzie Smith has a semi-good eye. So we're going to roll the desired eye to see if he has the good eye. He does not, so he will strike out. Out number 2 for Terry Pendleton. Pendleton, a 2-4-6. That asks about control. Garber has semi-control, but desired eye says no. Is he eager or sad sack? No, he's not. So it's a walk to Terry Pendleton. Says an active runner steals, but he is not listed as active. Brings up Jack Clark. Jack Clark, 1-1-5. Is he fresh? Yes, he is. To pop out to short. And that's going to end the 5th inning. So we played 5 complete. Still the Cardinals 9, Braves 5. McGrain still in there. There's Perry. Perry, a 3-6-6. And he's going to fly to center because he's not a pinch hitter. So that's one away for Murphy. Murphy's 2 for 3, a home run and a single. It's 2-4-5. And ask if he's a hero. He's a semi-hero. And Desired Eye says he is, so it's another base hit. 3rd base hit of the game for Murphy. Here's Gary Renicky. Renicky, 1-2-6. That's a control check. And Desired Eye gives him the control, so it's a ground ball. Let's see here. I'm sorry, 1-2-6 is a freshness check. My bad. Desired Eye makes him fresh, so it's a line out to second for out number 2. 2 down for Ozzie like a Virgil. Homered his last time up. 1-3-4. Is it goal catcher? No. Is he a champion? No. Outfield drama for the Cardinals. And everybody in the Cardinals outfield is neutral. We got a 5-6 on outfield drama. Left fielder iron? Nope. Vince Coleman is not iron, so he will make the play. And the Braves are gone here in the top of the 6th. So we go to the bottom of the 6th. And it will be Willie McGee. Me and Willie McGee against Garber. His 2nd inning of work. He's now semi-fresh. 3-4-5 for McGee. And the 3-4-5 asks does he have a good eye, which he does not, so he will strike out. That's out number 1. That's in blue, so we go to the right now chart. Right now chart, and we got a hot pitcher in Gene Garber. Lance Johnson is neutral. Hot pitcher, neutral batter. 1-1. Cold pitcher serves up gopher ball, but he's not cold, so it's a fly out to right. And that's 2 away. So 2 up, 2 down, and that'll bring up Okendo. It's a 1-2-4. Ask about control, but Desired Eye says not this time. Does Okendo, is he eager? He is not eager. So he will walk. So that's a 2-out walk to Okendo. Brings up Tony Pena. 3-5-5 for Pena. Is he a struggler? No, he's not a struggler. Is he a champion? No, he's not a champion. It's a ground out to second. And that's going to end the 6th inning. So the Braves bullpen has come in and stabilized things, but it's probably too late as it's still a 9-5 ball game. Now McGrain is no longer fresh, but he is scheduled to lead off the next inning. So you wonder if they should try to get one more inning out of him. They will. They're going to try to get one more inning out of McGrain, but the bullpen is loosening. Here's Blauser. 2-4-5. Is Blauser a hero? He is not. He will pop to second for out number 1. And that results in red, so we go to the experience chart, and we have a icon in Glenn Hubbard against a prospect in McGrain. 4-4, and that's going to be a timeout walk. That's one of the things I wish they would change a little bit about the playbook, is you get these walks on these micro charts, and I just think it would be better if you didn't, but that's just my personal opinion, and I don't think that counts for much. All right, so we're to the pitcher spot now, so Garber will be relieved. Garber will be relieved by a pinch hitter. And I think they've got nothing but lefties on the bench because they've pinch hit with or started all their righties. So let's see here. They're going to go to Ken Griffey. So Ken Griffey is going to be the pinch hitter for Garber. So Griffey is up, runner at first, one out. And that's a 2-6-6. So the runner on first is going to get thrown out, Hubbard. So that's another part of the book that maybe needs to be altered, is there's a lot of pickoffs. Maybe altered where you need the decider die or some other kind of check. But I'm playing this one straight out of the book because I'm testing the game engine, so I'm not doing any tweaks. No manager cards, no nothing. It's just straight out of the book. So still got Griffey at bat. It's a 1-3-4. Goal catcher, no. Is Griffey a champion? No. So we have outfield drama, which everyone is neutral. And we get a 2-4 on the outfield drama. Center fielder gold. No, he's not, so it's a base hit. So base hit, pinch hit single by Griffey. And that takes us to the chemistry chart, where Atlanta is dissonant and the Cardinals are harmonious. 1-3. Pitching team harmony. Yes, they are. Infielder makes a stab of a hot liner. So that's going to be we're going to say lines it to Ozzie Smith to end the inning. So we go to the bottom of the 7th. Still a 9-5 ball game. We'll get a pinch hitter for Joe Magrane because he's set to lead off. Magrane went 7 innings, and that's more than they could ask for, I would think. So the Cardinals will be sending up a pinch hitter against the new Braves pitcher. And the new Braves relief pitcher in the game is going to be Jim Acker. Normally their closer, but he hasn't had any work lately, so I figure I can get him 2 innings of work. That'll be fine. So Acker is in. He'll be an ace this first at bat. And he's going to be facing the pinch hitter for the Cardinals. And that's going to be John Morris, lefty. Reserve outfielder, John Morris. So John Morris is in. And Acker's an ace his first at bat. 2-4-4. 2-4-4. Ask if he's an ace. Yes, he is. It's a fly to center, 1 away. So that worked out very well for Acker. So he gets that perk. And there's 1 away. And I think if I tweak this game on this first batter faced getting an ace for the reliever, I would do it only if he has a platoon advantage. But again, I'm playing it straight out of the box, so I'm not making any tweaks. So that strikeout will stand. Let's see here. Actually, not a strikeout, it's a fly to center. That would stand. All right, 2-3-5. Is he wild? No, Acker is not wild. Is Coleman eager? Coleman is not eager, so he will ground to second. And that's out number 2. So other than Paleo, the Cardinals really haven't had much offense going. They just beat up on Paleo for 3 innings, and that seems to be enough. 4-5-5. Is the pitcher have flash? Acker has semi-flash. That's his only quality, but the sire die, not going to let him have it. So he doesn't get the strikeout. Is Ozzie Smith a home run king? No, he's not. So he'll ground out to first, and the inning is over. So 7 innings in the books. It's 9-5. And now we need a new Cardinals relief pitcher to come in on this game. Let's see here. Thank you to Cubs and Bears. I'm actually trying to go a little swiftly because I got somewhere to be at 7 o'clock, and so I'm trying to get this game done as fast as I can without making any mistakes or feeling rushed, but I'm trying to do it expediently, so to speak. Here's Pat Perry. He's going to be your new relief pitcher for the Cardinals, and he'll be facing Ken Oberkfell. He will be an ace this first at bat. Normally he's a semi-workman. 1-2-6. 1-2-6 asks if he's fresh. Well, obviously it's the first batter he's facing. So it is fresh, and Oberkfell lines to second for 1 away. That brings up Gerald Perry, or first baseman Perry, however you want to call him. 1-4-4. Does the pitcher have flash? Pat Perry has semi-flash. Desire says he has flash. So that's going to be a strikeout unless we have, because we've got the umpire goggles, you would need a questionable or lenient umpire at home, but Eric Gregg is respected, so that takes care of that. Strikeout will stand. 2 down for the Murph, and he's got 3 hits in this game. 5-5-6 hit. He looks like he might get another one. 556 asks, is the pitcher an ace? No. See a sad sack? No. It's a double for Murphy. So he's got 4 hits in the game, breaking out of his slump big time. Not getting any much help from his teammates, though. Here's Gary Renicky. 116, that's a freshness check again. That's a strikeout. So Renicky is out of there, and so are the Braves here in the 8th. Go to the bottom of the 8th. It is 9 to 5. And Terry Pendleton will lead off against Acker, who's now semi-fresh. It's a 2-3-6. That's a double control. That's my bane of my History Maker baseball experience is the 2-3-6 roll, because that's a double control, and if you don't have the double control, it's an automatic walk no matter what the batter does, unless the batter's the pitcher. That's the only exception. So that's an easy automatic walk for Pendleton. Here's Jack Clark. 125 asks, is the pitcher a struggler? He's not. Is Clark patient? He certainly is, so that means he will walk. So that puts runners at first and second on back-to-back walks with nobody out. And that brings up Willie McGee. Me and Willie McGee, 256. Is he a struggler? No. Is he champion or patient? No. Infield drama. So we got infield drama for the Braves. Blauser, semi-iron. Everyone else is neutral. 5-6 on the infield drama. First baseman gold. No, he's not gold, so the ball sails over his head for an error. Now the question is, who was the error on? If I was using those little flip cards, it would tell me who the error is on. This I've got a guess, so I'm going to give it to Obergfell. I'm not going to give it to Blauser. He's already had 2 errors in the game. That's the 3rd error on the game for the Braves, and that will load the bases on the E5. So bases are loaded, nobody out. Bottom of the 8th, and Lance Johnson, the batter. 246 asks, is the pitcher have control, which he does not. Is he eager or sad sack? Lance Johnson is semi-eager, but the sire die says no. So he's going to walk, and that's going to force in a run. 3rd walk of the inning by the Braves' Jim Acker, and he's not happy about it. He is now a full struggler. Nobody out, bases loaded. Here's Okendo. It's now 10 to 5. 266. Now, normally you'd have the runner thrown on first, but with the base runner in front of him, we ignore that and go straight to the next one, which is leadoff batter, and then fly out to right. So to fly out to right, if the runner is active on third, he could score, but Clark is not active, so it's simply a fly to right. That will take away the struggler status of Jim Acker. Here's Tony Pena. 456. Is he patient? No, he's not. That's a fly out to center field, and it's going to be a sacrifice fly because of the lead die of 4. So it's a sacrifice fly, an unearned run, but it's still a run. And the Cardinals pick up another run and now lead it by the score of 11 to 5. And that brings up the pitcher, Pat Perry. Might as well go ahead and let him swing. There's no sense pinch hitting for him. 1-3-5, we get unusual play, which is memorable plays in the field. Just what we need when the pitcher's batting. But that's the way this game is going. We get a 4-5. Left fielder gold? Nope, it's a double. So how about that? A double for the pitcher, Pat Perry. The relief pitcher, Pat Perry, is just doubled in. Let's see, leadoff 4 means both runs go in. So it's a 2-run double for the pitcher, relief pitcher, Pat Perry. I guess that's a memorable play in the field when the relief pitcher hits a double. 2-run double. And now we go back to the top of the order for Vince Coleman. The only good thing for the Braves is they don't have to pitch the 9th. It's a 3-3-6. Is he an ace? No. Sad sack, utility, or patient? Nope. It's a single to center for Coleman. And we go to the experience chart. Ozzie Smith's an icon. Jim Acker is neutral. 2-3 on the experience chart. Prospect pitcher? No, he's not. So it's a ground out to second, and the inning is mercifully over. But the Cardinals pick up 4 runs here in the 8th, and they now lead at 13 to 5 as we go to the top of the 9th. 13 to 5, and Ozzie, like a Virgil, steps to the plate. 1-3-4. Is catcher gold? No. Champion? No. Outfield drama. Not sure what kind of drama you can have when it's 13 to 5, but it's a 2-2 for outfield drama. Center fielder gold? No, he's not. So it's going to be a single and a wild throw batter to second on error. So Virgil singles, and then he will go to second on the Willie McGee throwing error. So that's an error on McGee. Second error of the game for the Cardinals. It's been 5 errors in the game. Sloppy game, to say the least. Here's Jeff Blauser. 2-2-4. That's pitching at home, and that they certainly are. So that's a pop up to short. And there's one away for Glenn Hubbard. Hubbard the batter, and then we'll get a pinch hitter for Acker. So it's 2-2-3. Is he wild? No. Is he slugger or utility? Hubbard is none of that, so he will single to left field. Single by Hubbard puts runners at the corners with 1 out. And we got a pinch hitter coming up for Mr. Acker. So Acker, I'm sorry, yeah, for Mr. Acker. So it's going to be Greg Nettles. Oh, take it back, Deion James. Deion James is going to pinch hit. So Deion James, pinch hitter. 2-4-5. Is he a hero? He is not. Let's pop out to second for out number 2. 1 out to go. And that result was in red, so we're going to the experience chart. Experience chart. Hall is a semi-icon, and Perry is a semi-prospect. 2-3. 2-3. Prospect pitcher. Yes, he is. Momentary lapse. Batter drives pitch to the outfield for a single. And that will score Virgil to bring home a run. Hubbard will go to second. And the Braves cut the lead to 13-6. Sounds more like a football score. Here's Oberkfell. 3-5-6. That's a left-right check, but Oberkfell's a lefty. Perry's a lefty. That is a strikeout to end the ball game. So the Braves take one on the chin again. 13-6, your final. They dropped to 52-78 on the season. They have lost the first 2 games here in St. Louis, and they'll see what they can do next time as they play the Cardinals in the final game of the series. I assume it's a final game. I haven't checked if it's a 3-game series or a 4-game series. I'll have to check that out. But anyway, I appreciate you guys tuning in. I'm sorry it wasn't a more entertaining game. As far as being close and whatnot, and I know it was going kind of fast. I was just trying to, not have a whole lot of lapse in game time. I just wanted to get rolling and keep going. So anyway, final score 13-6. I won't bore you with the totals because they're ugly. I'll have a write-up on it on Facebook, on my Facebook game accounts later on this evening. So that's going to do it from here. Hope everybody has a great day. Tenacious Earl was saying he might do a video later tonight. He is not sure. That was on his little video about that he put out about burnout. And then you never know when Tabletop might break out one. I think he's going to try to play the final game of his Greg Maddux series, or Greg Maddux replay. So look for that this evening as well. And enjoy playing whatever game you choose to play. And I will see you guys down the road.